Fellas, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to be going through the softwares that I personally use inside Amazon KDP that just make my life literally 100 times easier. So let's get stuck into it. First one being BookBeam. I talk about this one all the time. This does majority of the lifting, pretty much does 90% of the business in terms of, your organization of the book. First thing is the keyword research. There's like 4 different things this software can do that will help you with keyword research, whether that means actually looking at, the amount of money these books are making, the history. There's a new category bestseller feature where you can literally look at any date point in time and see what were the better selling books, self-published ones as well. Really helps me out with translated markets because, looking at rankings on the translated markets, it can be difficult to tell how much books these are actually making, how much money these books are actually making. However, it gives you a slight figure, which, isn't always correct, but it's somewhere around that mark, which just generally helps a lot when it comes to figuring out whether, keywords are profitable in other translated markets. It's going to help me a lot with the customer research. There's a new AI feature, which literally you just type in your book title and it's going to give you your competition books. It's going to give you notes from negative reviews and positive reviews, like common themes around that book. It's also going to create a book outline for you. It's going to create a description for you. It's going to sort your SEO in terms of finding your 7 keywords, and even now your ads keywords. You can literally throw in a book's SIN number now, and it's going to extract what keywords this book is ranking for. So it's honestly ridiculous what this software can do for how much you have to pay and what it's worth. It's honestly cheap. Now, the second one that I'll be using is Grammarly. This one is for your editing, proofreading, and your plagiarism checkers. This is just what I personally use. There's a bunch out there, but another software that I regularly have. Next one that I use is something called Quillbot, and this is just an AI detectable check where it allows me to basically not have my content 100%, AI detectable. Ideally, I want to stay away from just, completely 100% using AI for my content. I just don't think it's a smart move. It's also pretty easy to tell when you read it. So coming with Quillbot, it basically just allows you to muddle up the words, change the formation, word it in a different way where, it's not detectable from AI, but, it still makes sense and it still says what you want it to say. So this is a good feature as well. Now, in terms of the marketing, I use ClickFunnels for my landing pages when I'm giving a free offer. And then I also use ActiveCampaign for my email list. So that's all running together in order to build my email list through the free offers that I have inside my books to be able to build my email list. And then the next one, guys, is in terms of training, I have a software called Loom, which is literally what I'm recording this video on. Some of you guys are not at this point yet, but if you're thinking about hiring an assistant to basically automate your business, I would definitely be looking at getting Loom. Basically, it's just you doing a video exactly like this and doing tutorials and showing them exactly how you run the business for each step. So another thing that helped me a lot inside the business. And then in terms of management, I'm running everything through Slack. And this is just where my team is and how we communicate things for each project. So especially if you're doing, more complicated projects like myself, some of these medium content books, as I said, can be quite difficult. So what I'll usually do is have, my writers and my illustrators and my graphic designers in one group chat, and they're kind of all like working together in each stage. That way there's no confusion. I don't have to, go back and forth talking to each one. Obviously I have an assistant now that helps me a lot with this, and she kind of manages it all. But, when you want to take the next step and start having an assistant help you, or you just want to make things a lot more smoother with these projects, 100% you should be throwing your team inside a channel like Slack and basically just creating a group chat for each project where everyone's on the same team, they know what's going on, and they're not just like in the dark about the actual process and what you want for the finished product. Overall, guys, if you're below if you're basically low on budget, all you really need is BookBeam out of all of these ones. If you don't have that, you're making your life very, very hard. It's just going to help you so much. Literally, as I said before, it does 90% of the work. If you do want a discount on that, you can get 15% off. Everything's in the description if you go and do that. And then in terms of the next video that I'm going to be putting out, I'm going to go into AI and how I actually use AI inside Amazon KDP, which just makes my life another 100 times easier, to be completely honest with you. So I'll go through that, title creations, even how it helps me with creating illustrations, images, book covers, these types of things. So stay tuned for that. Apart from that, if you have any questions about the softwares that I use and this video in general, let me know in the comments. Happy to help. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.